The starting lineup for the visiting Cleveland Cavaliers. At small forward, Isaac Okoro. Let's meet the starting lineup for your Chicago Bulls. A 6'6" guard, number 2, Lonzo Ball. At power forward, at 6'9", number 14, Jaden McDaniels. At guard, 6'5", number 0, Kobe White. A 6'10" center, number 9, Nikola Vucevic. The other forward position, 6 feet, 7 inches. Number 22, Jimmy Butler.
Welcome, basketball fans, to a very special Veterans Day edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Alongside Greg Anthony and Stan Van Gundy, this is Kevin Harlan. David Aldridge will be joining us from the sideline. And here's a look at some numbers for Donovan Mitchell.
And you can see the surge in his level of confidence lately just by looking at the true shooting percentage. It's been moving straight up in the past 5 games. I think he's feeling it.
Look at Cleveland's starting group. A loaded backcourt. It's Garland and Mitchell. A lot of length inside. It's Mobley and Allen in the post. And it's Okoro in at the 3. And for Chicago, they've got McDaniels, Lonzo Ball out there with Kobe White. And it's Vucevic, and it's Butler in at the small forward position. And Stan, it seems like the key matchup tonight is down inside in the paint.
Oh, yeah, Kevin. Expect this one to be really physical. If either team backs down, they can just get run over tonight, but I don't expect that to happen. It's going to be a slugfest.
Ah, we love those kind of games. They're a lot of fun.
Well, you aren't kidding.
Now here's White, following the miss by Donovan Mitchell. Hands it from downtown.
And no doubt the release point is a bit unorthodox in terms of Ball's shooting technique, but man, can he slingshot it home from deep.
And it's good, 2 points.
Well, with his skill and confidence with the ball, if you put him in position, he'll reward you.
Ball against Garland. Count it. Ball's got his second bucket tonight.
I'm a fan of how Ball uses that size inside. Excellent at getting his shot off close to the basket.
Now here's Allen. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. Kicks it out to Garland. And they call an illegal screen here.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
Yeah, and that's maybe something that should be called more. We see a lot of moving screens in today's NBA.
And Greg, the Cavaliers in recent years establishing a defensive identity.
They do a great job of locking down the paint, Kevin, forcing teams to shoot over the top and just vacuuming up those misses.
Last game for Chicago, it was a loss to the Hawks in Atlanta.
And really, I thought what was the difference in that game? Offensive rebound or the lack thereof. A lot of one-and-dones in that game.
Yeah, they weren't as aggressive on the offensive glass. and that really made a difference in the game.
Ball with the bucket.
I just love watching how he handles the rock. I mean, an ability to get to wherever he wants on the floor.
Here's Mitchell. Banked in off the glass.
Donovan Mitchell.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
Yeah, well, his offensive contributions are going to be very important in this game. So it's good they've already got him in a rhythm. And the coaching staff has to be happy with how they've shot the ball here early on.
Here's Mitchell. And then jammed down as he goes right over Nikola Vucevic.
A dynamic leaper with an impressive wingspan. Mitchell usually has some flashy dunks up his sleeve.
And that last look brought to you by the AT&T 5G Slam King. Ball no good. The Cavaliers trailing. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Billy Donovan gave me a few minutes. Now he's worried it's going to be one of those nights when Donovan Mitchell just goes off. He told me it's like guarding a ticking time bomb. You never know when he's going to blow up, but you're anticipating it. So coach is expecting the best out of his team, preparing for the worst. Guys?
Thanks, David. Now, Garland. Following the miss by Lonzo Ball from deep. GA, you look how Garland can create for himself. Very good off the catch or the bounce.
So deadly off of those high pick and rolls because he can dribble into that three. A playmaker that can do that is a headache. Garland knows how to create that space and get his look.
Max Strus is checked in for Okoro. Let's now take a moment to view the league's leading rebounders. Third is Jared Allen.
And you can't win games without rebounding the basketball. That's what has made him such an important part of what they do.
Ball against Garland. Outside White. Butler deciding where to go with it. High post Vucevic. Pass to White. 5 on the clock. Three-pointer, Butler. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers. They're coming off that win against the Nets.
Tremendous poise on the offensive end. Overall, they did not settle for bad shots.
No, you're not going to lose many games shooting the percentage they did. That takes a disciplined effort.
The Cavaliers shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night.
And collectively, they're only about 73% as a unit right now.
And we know injuries derailed last season for the Bulls, Greg, but with an aging core, you wonder where they go from here.
I mean, the Bulls are kind of stuck in the middle of things as it now stands. Not quite good enough to make a run in the East, but not in a position where they need to start over.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
And he deserves a lot of credit for what he was able to do at the line last year. 86% from the stripe.
When it comes to players who like having fun, Greg, Jimmy Butler has to be way up there.
Kevin, did you see his media picture for the 23-24 season? He looked like he belonged in an emo band with that hairstyle. Jimmy is definitely one of those guys that likes to troll and have fun.
Here's Ball. Following the basket by Donovan Mitchell. Over Garland. Ball with the bucket. Ball's got 11 points.
Well, what a quarter he's had. You can tell he's in the flow. They should be looking for him every possession.
Mobley against McDaniel. Spins. Mobley kicks to Garland. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. Allen's shot is off.
Not really what we expected. You know he wants that one back.
And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Such a physical player. Butler takes that contact on the way up.
Wade, he's checked in for Cleveland. Here we are, Greg, looking at early returns from these teams. It's pretty revealing.
Yeah, the first few games of the season quickly tell you what you're good at. And they tell you also what you need to work on.
Here's Butler following the score by Cleveland. And he gets the bucket. He's got 6.
Well, the defense was all over him, but Butler is not someone who gets rattled.
And here's Garland for 3. Doesn't go that time. And here's White. He'll bring it up for Chicago. Butler passes to Vucevic. Mitchell against Butler. Bulls moving the ball around. There's Ball with the three. Evan Mobley with the rebound. Cavaliers have gone 6 of 9, shooting it well. A three from Strus. And Wade slams it in.
Good job of stepping up to the plate there, seizing back the momentum for his team.
Yeah, plenty of lead changes in this game. It's gone back and forth.
Alex Caruso is checked in for Kobe White. Cleveland also making some changes. Allen comes in for Evan Mobley. And it's Ty Jerome in for Mitchell.
Substitution on the court.
Butler against Strus. It's good. Butler's got his third basket of the night right there.
From anywhere on the floor, Butler's a threat. And the more points he gets inside, the more dangerous he becomes on the perimeter.
Now, here's Garland. He had 28 points in the win against Brooklyn. This tug-of-war game continues.
And guys, that's lucky number 7 already in this game.
A nice shot by McDaniels.
Yeah, that's a good sign for McDaniels. They need him to shoot with confidence.
Ball against Garland. A three ball. Another three for Cleveland.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Pass to Wade. It's Strus on the wing. Here's Allen. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
And this is where Allen should look to score because he's got the size and length.
Here's Ball. And here's Vucevic. Outside Butler. Lets it go from deep. No good. Shot missing. Darius Garland has been leading the charge for the Cleveland Cavaliers. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. We'll return shortly. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Cavaliers.
Well, their game plan has been very effective so far. They're working the ball inside, putting constant pressure on the defense.
And one more thing they've done well tonight. They've attacked the rim viciously and have gotten a lot of points by just going at the defender.
Backcourt pair for them is Caruso and Dosunmu. Patrick Williams is out there with Butler. And it's Craig in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. The Bulls making a switch here. Dillingham's checked in. Now, here's Strus. 5-point lead, the biggest of the game. Here's the screen. Off target from outside. The Bulls shooting an outstanding 53% for the game. Well, last season, the Cavaliers won their first playoff series since 2018. That's when LeBron was with them, Greg.
And it was their first series win without LeBron James since 1993. So it was a huge deal for the organization as they continue to take steps in the right direction.
Here's Butler after Cleveland got the three-pointer. And around a minute gone here in the second quarter. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Caruso's got himself going there. His first points of the game in the deep ball. Here's Jerome. Defended by Caruso. High post Allen. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Hey, Coach, one area the Bulls can struggle with, defending the outside shot.
Yeah, Kevin, they've been very poor the last few seasons on that front. Not closing out, missing assignments. It's strange because they were once elite in that regard under Donovan.
Cavaliers making a switch here. Okoro's checked in. Now, here's Butler. 8 points for him. Chalk up 2 there.
And this kind of shot defines who Butler is. Just a bulldog who embraces finishing against the tight cover.
Caruso, bounce pass, and the slam dunk by Dillingham.
And it almost feels like 2 buckets coming off the steal like it did.
And there's the foul. We're going Alex Caruso. That's his first foul.
And still early in the period, and they're only 1 foul away from being over the limit.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. McDaniels comes in for Patrick Williams. And Ball subbed in for Dillingham. A switch here also for Cleveland. Garland's checked in.
He's a high-volume jump shooter for a reason. Garland has tremendous touch from almost anywhere.
Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. A look at Chicago, down at 10th in the early going, looking to make a move up in the standings. And, of course, there's the Cavaliers, a half game back.
Well, I think for Cleveland, they've had a horrendous start to the season. They're really creating a lot of work for themselves here moving forward.
Yeah, but the good news is they are a team that can do that work. It's just a question of solving these early problems.
Ball, no good. Cleveland's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Garland with the bucket.
His strong shooting has really helped them secure this lead.
Bulls trail by 4. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Ball, no good. Cleveland's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Pass to Jerome. Now, Okoro beyond the arc. He's off on that one. And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. Darius Garland, the son of former NBA player Winston Garland, said that he was a sponge growing up listening to his dad. He hung on every word about playing point guard. Darius says, I learned the little things much quicker. He taught me at a young age to change gears to keep defenders off balance. Kevin?
And he's doing it. I love the tricks of the trade you just talked about. Thank you so much. Stolen by Ball. To the middle. Here's Caruso.
Oh, yeah. Caruso has major spring to his game.
Cavaliers have gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. Floats one up. Jerome. No good. Bulls have gone 6 of 10 from the floor here in the second quarter. Butler. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. And here are the Cavaliers. This is their first chance to take a look at the Bulls this season.
And on paper, you'd call them the better team, but they actually lost the season series against this group a year ago.
And standing 6'9", Jaden McDaniels, possessing tremendous length for a perimeter defender.
Yeah, Kevin, and he can really move his feet, too. Jaden McDaniels is clearly one of the best and most versatile perimeter defenders in the league.
Jerome, no good.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
And it's Ball in the corner. From deep. Bangs home the trifecta. Now it's a 5-point Chicago lead.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And Kenny Atkinson calls timeout here. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. So for the Bulls, Vucevic comes in for Jimmy Butler, and it's White for Dosunmu. Then for the Cavaliers, Marcus Morris is checked in for Allen. Osman comes in for Wade, and Donovan Mitchell subbed in for Ty Jerome. To the paint, here's Caruso. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one. And look at how the hustle game has been going for Chicago.
Well, so far they've done a great job of reading the offense and repeatedly putting themselves in the right place to interrupt the play and force turnovers.
And also, given the game is more fast-paced nowadays, I like the way they've capitalized in transition, keeping their foot on the gas.
So it's the Cavaliers now, after Chicago picking up a basket just moments ago. Here's Mitchell. The shot by Mitchell, no good.
All the energy is on the other side right now, and every miss just makes it worse.
Their body language does not look good right now. They're deflated and unable to stop this run.
Here's Osman, and that one is stuffed right through.
Oh, nice pass there. Garland with the great vision.
Here's Chicago. They're on an 18-7 run. McDaniels dishes the ball. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. 1:14 left in the first half. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Well, defending Vucevic, it's rough and tumble.
This is his first free throw of the game.
Numbers this year at the line below 70, so when he's getting to the line, not nearly as effective as you'd like.
Looking at who's out there now for the Cavaliers. Jared Allen's checked in for Marcus Morris. And Evan Mobley subbed in for Jetty Osman. And he sinks the second. You know, Stan, I've always thought that your path, kind of like Billy Donovan's, going from the college game to the pro game, both enjoying success, very, very similar paths.
Except for one thing, Kevin. Billy could actually play. I couldn't. So, you know.
Well, you're not being fair to yourself now. Come on.
Billy was a great college player. And I think, Kevin, Billy Donovan's the most underrated coach in the NBA. This guy's a surefire Hall of Famer. Back-to-back national titles in college. And then you look at the consistent success he has had in the NBA with teams. This guy is as good as anyone in the country, heck, anyone in the world coaching basketball.
Well said.
I think he got the shot he wanted inside, but somewhere on the play, he just lost focus.
The Bulls leading by 4. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Ball with the bucket.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Garland against McDaniel. Garland, no good. Pass to Caruso. Over Okoro. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's the Chicago Bulls with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They've set the tone. They love their tempo. They're going to be very tough to stop. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much, Billy. I heard you tell the guys to take it to them and play with more physicality offensively. What did you mean?
Well, just I think when we're getting the ball inside around the basket, at times we got to go up a little bit stronger and play through the contact and go to the rim.
Tough sledding in there, but you got to get there. Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it. Back to you.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
Your attention to center court and get ready for
Welcome, everybody. It may be early on in the season, but not too early to take a full assessment of the Eastern Conference standings.
Taking a look here at Chicago, they're right where I expected them to be. The effort is there, but their play is inconsistent. Feels like they're still constructing this roster. We'll see what they look like by the end of the year.
And now let's check out the game at hand. It was a solid first half effort for the Chicago Bulls.
They've controlled the pace, and it's been fast. Getting out in the open court.
Thanks for joining us. Now let's toss it to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second half.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. We're seeing a tremendous game from Lonzo Ball.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
Well, I just love his fearlessness so far. He's charging inside like no one can stop him.
Here's Butler. Checking out the group for Kenny Atkinson to start the second half. A lot of length inside. It's Mobley and Allen in the post. A loaded backcourt. It's Garland and Mitchell. And it's Okoro in at the 3 spot. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Mobley's got 5 rebounds tonight. driving the lane, and Okoro throws it down.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Ball surveying the defense. Shoots over Garland. Ball no good. The Cavaliers trail by 4. When Donovan Mitchell, Greg, is on the floor, he is the offense.
Yeah, and that goes beyond just his ridiculous scoring. It gets overlooked that he's also a skilled passer. So one way or another, Mitchell is finding points out there.
Butler kicks to McDaniels. Pass the ball from outside the arc. And again, no good by Chicago.
That halftime break didn't seem to do them any favors, starting off the second half with 3 straight misses.
Bulls have gone 0-3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second half. White. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. And the Bulls lead by 3. And it's Mitchell with the ball for the Cavaliers. For the tie, another 3 for Cleveland.
And guys, we know Mitchell can fill it up in a hurry, which is what makes him so much fun to watch.
And the timeout called here by Billy Donovan. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys. For the Bulls, Williams, he's checked in for McDaniels. Alex Caruso comes in for Butler. And Dillingham subbed in for Ball. From the arc. And there is White. And that's good on the assist from Dillingham.
And I like how White shot it with confidence. He's reliable beyond the arc.
The Cavaliers trail by 3. Mitchell passes to Mobley. Over to the left wing. Now, here's Okoro. He's guarded closely. Chicago's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Latrey cranes it from beyond the arc. Now it's a 6-point Bulls lead.
Well, when he's able to find the shot he likes, Caruso can be pretty effective from range.
Pass to Mitchell. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Now, here's Okoro. Just 5 on the clock. Mobley sets the pick for Okoro. And again, it's Cleveland. Here's Dillingham. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. Now, here's Caruso. Covered by Okoro. Here he goes. It's all in by the Bulls. Vucevic has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. To the wing right side. Here's Dillingham. His 3-pointers off the mark.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Well, the defense got lucky there. More often than not, he's making that shot.
White dishes to Vucevic. Every year, Greg, we get a new batch of rookies into the NBA. And sometimes we're all guilty of judging them too early.
Oh, absolutely. I think we need probably 3 years to evaluate a player. You know, fans and media can be a little harsh at times, but not everybody develops at the same rate.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Daniels, he's checked in for Patrick Williams. Jimmy Butler comes in for Alex Caruso. Osumu, he's checked in for White. And it's Lonzo Ball in for Dillingham.
Reliable. That's Mitchell from 3.
Count it. Good. Ball's got 20 points.
Well, that's easy pickings for him. Unless the defense is all over him, he'll take that all day long.
Mobley finds Mitchell from 13. And Vucevic pulls it down. Vucevic has got 6 rebounds now in the game. Butler in the corner. Puts up a 3. Mobley with the rebound. Mobley's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Garland the pass to Mitchell. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Lonzo
Oh,
Ball.
a fearless play
Second
by
personal
Mitchell.
foul.
Sinks his shot while being fouled, and now he'll get to the line.
And let's take a moment here to get your guys' take on scoring so far for the Bulls.
Well, they've really been sharing the basketball. All coaches talk about that, try to get their teams to do it. It's really great when you see it in action.
And another thing, guys, they dominated on fast breaks tonight, outrunning their opponent the entire game.
Strus passes to Garland. And here is Allen. Three-pointer on the way. And rebounded by McDaniels. Ball against Garland. Ball no good.
Well, he certainly had trouble finding the mark this quarter.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Teardrop shot. Ozunmu. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
And Kenny Atkinson calls timeout here. Wants to talk some things over. Might be seeing some things to adjust. Williams is checked in for Chicago. Alex Caruso comes in for Butler.
Alex Caruso.
Got a piece of it, and that's out of bounds. Cleveland will retain possession.
And a moment now to look at the numbers for Mitchell. He's around 18 points per game, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. But that's just part of the picture. His defensive presence goes beyond the stat sheet.
Yeah, his true impact on the defensive end cannot be measured by stats.
And the layup is good.
Donovan Mitchell.
Mitchell's got 11 points here in just the second half.
Well, if they can come back and take the lead, this will be because he's carrying it. This quarter's been all about him and his offense.
And it's Ball in the corner. Vucevic finds Dosunmu. Shot clock at 5. Williams sets a screen for Caruso. That 3 off the mark. The Cavaliers trail by 4. Outside Garland. And here's Mitchell from the arc. Vucevic with the rebound. Vucevic has got his 7th rebound here tonight. Right side, Ball. Shoots the 3. Traps in the tray. Ball's got the lead up to 7 now for the Bulls.
Well, that's now his 3rd triple of the game. First here in this second half.
Mobley outside. It's hauled in by the Bulls. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And it's Vucevic in the corner. Outside Williams. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. There's the 3. Caruso, no good. Mitchell right side. Almost, but it rolls out.
You can hear him sputtering all the way over here. He knows he should have knocked that one down.
And he drains the 3, but let's see. They may need to review it. I'm not sure the ball was out of his hand in time.
The previous play is under review.
Are going to review the play to see if he released the ball before the buzzer.
And the footage relayed to the officials from the replay center in Secaucus, I think he got it off in time. The replay leaving little doubt.
After the review, the ruling on the floor is overturned.
Well, they're going to switch the call. There is no doubt, and looking at the replay, that he got it off in time.
Well, it's good they decided to take another look at it. I know some folks don't like.
It's been all about Lonzo Ball for Chicago. He's up to 26 points in the game now. Just keeps pouring in the buckets. He'll get you back to the action after this break. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
It's just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball. About the perfect delivery.
Wow, that was an absolute masterpiece of an assist. He knew exactly when to deliver the ball, and it made for a beautiful score.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. We've got Alex Caruso. Butler out there with Williams. Then there's Dosunmu. And it's Dillingham in at the shooting guard. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago.
Well, Butler embodies toughness. He plays hard every single minute that he's on the court.
Dan, you know, you think about Jimmy Butler, and you and I are fans of his game. Talk about a guy who calls it like he sees it, though. My goodness.
Yeah, that's an understatement. Look, Jimmy's never going to hold back. He'll call out his teammates. He'll call out opponents. He'll call out the referees. This guy acts with no fear.
Just don't call out the broadcasters, right? We want to stay out of his range.
And he would have no reason to.
Exactly. The three from Garland. Caruso grabs the miss.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
Yeah, they might want to draw something up here to get him something at the rim or get him to the free throw line. Sometimes that's all it takes to snap a cold streak.
Now, here's Okoro. He's guarded closely. Not going to go that time. Here's Butler. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Okoro's got 4 rebounds in this game. Jerome passes to Garland. That one goes. Count it. Garland's got it back down to within single digits for the Cavs. Here's Caruso. Lost contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Well, plenty of aggression from Caruso right there.
Some changes for Chicago. Vucevic checked in for Williams. McDaniels comes in for Dosunmu. And it's Kobe White in for Dillingham. Now Garland fires from deep. Vucevic with the rebound. Vucevic has got his 8th rebound here tonight. Stolen by Okoro. Pass to Wade. It's stolen by Vucevic. And now the Bulls on the break. And finished off by McDaniel.
Well, you can't sleep on McDaniel's athleticism if you're the defense. At 6'9", he can absolutely hammer it home.
Here's White. Caruso kicks to White. Shoots over Garland. Here's Caruso. And finally they hit one. And the Bulls lead by 15.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
And Kenny Atkinson calls timeout. And he wants to see some changes out there right away and right now. For the Cavaliers, Allen's checked in for Marcus Morris. Mobley comes in for Dean Wade. And it's Mitchell in for Garland. Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Kenny Atkinson had some words for his team during the break. Now, he was vocal in the huddle. He told his guys, don't quit on each other. We're still in this game, guys, but I need each one of you to up your energy level. Let's make a run now. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. Hey, Stan, I've always wondered, back when you were coaching, college or pro, what was your defensive philosophy?
Well, I think, first of all, Kevin, we always wanted to take away the easy baskets. In other words, we're going to get back in transition, not give away fast breaks. We are going to try to protect the paint and make sure we're not giving away layups. And we didn't want to foul unnecessarily and give away free throws.
White, left side. McDaniels finds White. And it comes off the front of the rim.
Well, despite his lack of efficiency, the team has put together a good offensive effort tonight.
And you can see Allen's eyes light up when he saw the opportunity for that alley-oop and finishing it off in style.
Vucevic, and some nice ball movement here by Chicago. White, good.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
For 3, Mitchell. Rebound by the Bulls.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
The Cavaliers trail by 10. Okoro with it, and there's the foul. It goes on Jimmy Butler. That's foul number 2 for him. The Bulls making a switch here. Ball's checked in. Garland, he's checked in for Cleveland. Fires the three. Nailed from three-point land.
And you've got to love the energy right now. They got hot when they absolutely had to.
Well, you love their execution to get back in it. This game's very much in reach for them.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Ball against Garland. And Mobley throws it down.
Well, and it took a terrific effort at both ends to sustain this run.
Yeah, it's normally the defense that fuels a comeback, but let's see how much they have left in the tank.
And I love how Ball accepts the contact on his way up, not allowing it to alter his shot.
Here's Mobley. Vucevic with the rebound. Chicago leading by 9. Here's White, and he drives in. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Mobley's got rebound number 8 now on the night. 14 feet away, and good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. Mitchell's got 13 points here in the second half alone. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation.
Cleveland ball.
Okoro passes to Garland. Allen surveying the D. Here's Mobley. Tried to bank it in, but he misses. The Bulls shooting at a 46% clip in the fourth quarter. White. Here's Ball. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Ball's got 6 here in this quarter.
And we're seeing Ball just take over. An efficient, effective scorer who feels comfortable shooting from anywhere.
For 3, Mitchell. Jimmy Butler with the rebound.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Ball with the bucket. And now it's an 11-point Bulls lead.
And it looks like just playing the last bit of this one out in what should be a nice win here for Chicago.
Their inside game was what secured them the win tonight.
They had their way in the paint, and those are all high percentage shots, but the defense couldn't stop them from getting down low.
And it'll mark their 4th win on the year, actually their 5th win on the year.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Lonzo Ball.
Well, he was the reliable option for them on just about every possession. So dependable, always making the right decision.
Senior. Assisted, Jenny Osman.
Caruso against Wade. Here's Dillingham. 5 to shoot. Lets it go with a 3. Here's Phillips. Offline. And so it's Chicago winning this one. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds.
Yeah.
Thank you for that, David. And that'll do it, folks. For Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for being with us tonight on 2K Sports. So long and good night, everyone.